Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to online class, children. Today you are going to learn about the extraction of iron. So the iron can be extracted from their chief ore. The chief ores of irons are hematite, one of the oxide ore of hematite, and magnetite, Fe3O4, and iron pyrite, sulfide ore. So what are the ores of iron? Hematite, magnetite, and iron pyrite. So here we are going to extract the ore from the hematite ore because it can be the second most abundant ore in the earth crust. Already we learned that the abundant exists more amount in the earth crust is the hematite ore. So now we are going to extract the iron from hematite ore. So what is the first process of extraction is concentration process. So here we are going to extract from oxide ore. So what is the suitable concentration method for the oxide ore? Children, do you know that? That is suitable concentration process is gravity separation. So because the oxides ore are heaviest ore, so it can be concentrated by gravity separation. So in that gravity separation we are going to pass the ore with the stream of water. So here the sand and the earthly impurities, the sand particles are considered as a lighter one. So the gangue particles are considered as a lighter one, and then the ore particles are considered as heavier. The ore is considered as heavier one. So while washing with the current of water, with the high speed of water, the lightest sand and the impurities are washed away by the water, and the heaviest ore particles are settled at the bottom of the stream. So this is the gravity separation. So by this we are going to concentration. Concentration means what? Removal of maximum impurity. So the maximum impurity is considered as gangue particle. So the earthly impurities that can be removed during the concentration process. So during this process the ore become wet. We want to remove the moisture. So again we are going to subject the ore to the high temperature about roasting and calcination. Here we are going to subject the ore to the temperature with the limited supply of air. So the moisture can be removed, and the volatile impurities such as sulfur, arsenic and phosphorus are removed as oxides. So the sulfur can remove as oxide of sulfur is sulfur dioxide. So here the sulfur, rhombic sulfur can be used. So sulfur can be removed as what? Sulfur dioxide in the form of gas, volatile gas. And then arsenic is removed as arsenious oxide. Arsenious oxide. And then phosphorus removed as phosphorus pentoxide. So these are all can be removed in the form of volatile impurity, or there can be removed as what? Vapor. So the impurities are removed. We are going to get only the ore particle, and next we are going to subject the ore particle into smelting in the blast furnace. This is the blast furnace. From this we are going to roast. Roast means again we are going to heat to the high temperature with the mixture of ore ore, coke and limestone at the ratio of 8:4:1. So, the ore particle is going to be taken in the ratio of 8 and coke, carbon, nothing but carbon 4 and 1 is what? Limestone, calcium oxide. This mixture can be taken and we are going to supply through the core. We are going to supply here, see this, the iron ore, coke and the limestone we are going to supply into that river battery furnace. There are three regions. One is another one. Now we are going to see the three region. One of the region is combustion zone. This is combustion zone. So, in the combustion zone we are going to burn. The temperature we are going to maintain about what? 1500 degrees Celsius. So, the coke is going to burn. We are going to supply, what is here? We are going to supply the ore particle, coke and the limestone. So, the coke is going to burn in the presence of oxygen to form carbon dioxide at 1500 degrees Celsius. So, what is the zone is called what? The combustion zone. We are going to burn. So, produce it maintain about 1500 degrees Celsius. Here we are going to maintain about 1500 degree Celsius in the combustion zone. So, here the carbon is going to burn to form carbon dioxide. And next one, and the next zone is fusion zone. The next zone is fusion zone. Here, so this one is what? Combustion zone, and next one is fusion zone. So, here the carbon dioxide is going to reduce into carbon monoxide at 1000 degrees Celsius. So, here the carbon dioxide is going to reduce at the temperature of 1000 degrees Celsius. It is going to be reduced into carbon monoxide. And next, the limestone is going to decompose. The limestone is nothing but calcium carbonate. The limestone is going to decompose into calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. Calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. This calcium oxide, these two reactions. So, these two reactions are endothermic reaction. So, endothermic reaction means it absorbs the heat energy. So, the fusion, here the fusion zone, here what is going to fuse? This calcium oxide combine with the silica, SiO2, silicon dioxide, to form calcium silicate, CaSiO3 as a slag. So, which one is going to be? So, here the silicates are present as an impurity. This is present as an impurity. So, this impurity is going to be removed in the form of slag. And then next, the first one is combustion zone, and next fusion zone, and next one is reduction zone. So, here this one is reduction zone. This one is fusion zone, and this one is combustion zone. So, now in the reduction, So the temperature maintained at the reduction zone is about 400 degree Celsius. In this, the carbon monoxide is going to reduce the ferric oxide into iron. Carbon monoxide is going to reduce about 400 degree Celsius. About 400 degree Celsius, it reduces iron oxide into iron. So now here 2 and here 3 plus 1 4. So if you put 2 here and then carbon 2 into 6 2s are 8. So you write here 4. Right here. Iron oxide become iron and carbon dioxide. If you put 3 here, see this 3 carbon, 3 carbon, 3 2s are 6 and 3 into 3, 3 plus 3, 6. And here how many iron? 2. So this is the equation. Now listen. So iron oxide is going to reduce with carbon monoxide to form one iron. That iron is found in the form of spongy. So this iron is going to be settled at the bottom while removing the slag first through the hole. First we are going to remove the slag through the hole and then the molten iron. The molten iron can be removed through the hole at the bottom of the blast furnace. Bottom of the blast furnace, and that iron is called pig iron. That iron is called pig iron, and this is remelted and cast into different mold. This type of iron is called cast iron. This type of iron is called cast iron. So this is about the extraction of iron. Next we are going to see the reaction, chemical reaction of iron with air, water and acid. So first we are going to see the reaction of iron with air. So on heating, so now the iron can react on heating at the hot condition. So iron can react with oxygen to form iron oxide, Fe3O4. Fe3O4 here 3. So this is going to be taking in the form of hot condition. So here this is going to take, reaction is going to take with the hot iron. And next the reaction with the moisture. So by reacting with iron objects are exposed to air, so it can be rusted. So one of the chemical reaction only. So iron is exposed to air, it form a brown layer, a layer of brown, that is otherwise nothing but it is called rust. So the rusting of iron. So the rust is the chemical formula for the chemical name of rust is hydrated ferric oxide. Hydrated ferric oxide is nothing but rust. So now we are going to see the reaction. Iron exposed to air, moist air, X number of water molecule, because we cannot able to decide based on the humidity of the air, the water molecule, number of water molecule is going to be increase or reduce. So that we are mentioning here X molecule. So Fe2 O3 X H2O, hydrated. So this is, what is this? Hydrated ferric oxide. Hydrated ferric oxide. If you put 2 here, 6. So now iron has 4. So this is the reaction of rusting of iron. So what are the conditions required for rusting? So it required air and moisture. So if the iron is exposed to air and moisture, it forms a brown layer called hydrated iron oxide. Otherwise, the process is known as rust, or the brown substance is called what? Rust. This process is called what? Rusting of iron. Rusting. And next, reaction with steam, with water. So the iron can react with air at hot condition as well as at steam. So iron is going to react with steam. We are passing steam over iron. Iron become iron oxide. Iron become iron oxide. This is black in color. This is black in color along with the evolution of hydrogen gas. So here how many oxygen? 4 oxygen. So this become 4 2s are 8 here. So 4 hydrogen, and then iron 3 iron. So this is the reaction over steam, iron oxide. And next, reaction with the chlorine. Iron can react with chlorine to form ferric chloride, FeCl2. FeCl2. So the iron is going to directly react with chlorine to form what? Ferric chloride. The product is ferric chloride. And next, reaction with acid. Next, reaction with acid. On dilute acid, it liberate hydrogen. On reaction iron with dilute acid, it liberate hydrogen. Now first with HCl, iron react with dilute HCl to form ferrous chloride, FeCl3, and the liberation of hydrogen. So here FeCl2. So 2 HCl and Fe ferric chloride, and the liberation of hydrogen. And next, with dilute sulfuric acid, H2SO4. With dilute sulfuric acid, it gives ferrous sulfate, FeSO4 plus H2 with the liberation of hydrogen gas. So whenever the metal react with dilute acid, it liberate one? Hydrogen gas. One of the condition for the reaction of metal with dilute acid. And then with dilute nitric acid, iron react with dilute nitric acid. Fe3 twice ferrous nitrate plus ammonium nitrate, NH4 NO3 plus H2O, ammonium nitrate. So now you want to balance here only one nitrogen, here 2 plus 2 4, you want to balance along with that. So you put here 10. So 10 nitrogen, here 2, if you put here 4, so 2 into 4, 8 plus 1, 10, and then hydrogen, 10 hydrogen, here 4. So if you put 3 here, 3 2s are 6 plus 4 10, and oxygen, everything is going to be balanced. Now you balance the iron 4. So this is the reaction over one dilute acid, and next concentrated acid, and next concentrated acid. Iron react with concentrated sulfuric acid, Fe2SO4 thrice plus SO2 gas plus H2O, and here you can put how many sulfur here, 3 plus 1 4. If you put 4, six sulfur, and then oxygen, 6 4s are 24, 4 12, 12 plus 6, and then 3. So now it is going to be balanced. And then the concentrated nitric acid. The concentrated nitric acid is won't react with the acid iron because it formed the layer of iron oxide. So it become inert. So on the surface it formed the iron oxide layer so that it won't react with the concentrated nitric acid. Why the concentrated nitric acid become chemically passive or inert, inactive? What is this meaning? Inactive. Why it is inactive? It won't react with concentrated nitric acid due to the formation of the layer of iron oxide. Due to the formation of the layer of iron oxide on the surface, so that it is inert. And next we are going to learn about the uses of iron. So the iron can be classified as pig iron, steel and wrought iron based on the percentage of carbon. The percentage of carbon, it is one of the alloy also. The percentage of carbon, the iron can be classified as pig iron. So about 2 to 4.5% of carbon. The pig iron contain about 2 to 4.5% of carbon is called what? Pig iron. This all can be used to making pipes, stove, radiator, railings. So the train rails also made of what? Pig iron only. The percentage of carbon is 2 to 4.5%. And manholes cover and the drain pipe. So these are all made by pig iron. And next steel. Steel is more than 0.25% of carbon. So it can be used in the building, construction of building. So we are going to make one, the steel rod. So the steel rod are made of what? Steel. The steel rod and the machineries, tower, TV tower, and then cable, transition cable, these are all used by steel. And then wrought iron, about 0.25 to 2% of carbon. In the wrought iron, 0.25 to 2% of carbon, and it is used in making spring, anchor and electromagnet. So the electromagnet, we can be used magnetized or demagnetized by supply of electric current. So these are all about the uses of iron. So far we learned about the extraction of iron and the chemical reaction of iron, and then the uses of iron. Thank you.